where you lost your virginity to a man who's older than your mother?
We went to a hotel, and then I didn't want to pay for it. He didn't want to pay for it.
What day do you lose your virginity and have to pay for the hotel room?
And then I said, oh, I see y'all over there. Then they started walking like this. They out, running, ghosts.
You need to stay behind.
Sorry, but they was out. They was ghosts, nowhere to be found.
But you don't believe he's your biological father either?
We don't got no bond. Got nothing in common. We barely talk.
This other man, your mother was honest with you and told you this could be your father too?
She told me about him, but I don't see it.
Mr. Johnson, our dear old plaintiff, was pointing fingers at Miss Walters, calling her a shady manipulator. But wait, the real head scratcher was, if baby Amir his daughter, or was this just another wild ride on the drama train? Let's find out.
You admit you engaged in a sexual relationship with the defendant while you were traveling for work, but deny her claims that you fathered her 2-year-old daughter, Amir, because you say Ms. Walters is a shady manipulator. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
A love story born on a dating app, where wedding rings magically appear in pockets during casual lunch dates. I know, hard to imagine that, but it happened if we were to believe these guys. Though, baby daddy's dating playbook was jam-packed, involving a whole girlfriend and wife, while mommy multitasked with multiple suitors. Oh, a lot of DNA drama going on here, right? Shocking!
Character from the moment you met her.
Because things were shaded from the first day when I met her. I mean, I met her back in 2015, November, and I was just out of town, just looking to have some fun. And probably three days later, we met, and we ended up sleeping together.
So while the plaintiff was busy rambling on about the protected sex, Ms. Walters spilled the tea on a pregnancy announcement. Boy, was she hurt and betrayed? But did he say congratulations or confusion?
Child and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not finna send you no money, and I know what you I already know what's up. I already know what's up with you.
What do you know?
I know what's up.
So you're...
She getting money from another dude and spending and messing with me with it. So why would I give
So
you
when
some
you're
money?
sitting in the car and the phone rings, you just sit quietly?
Yes, yep, sit
At the
quietly.
time, Your Honor.
Wait, so you sit quietly or she tells you to be quiet?
She'd be like, shh. I'd be like, okay.
Now fast forward to the baby daddy's reaction. Well, he congratulated the mommy, but with a dash of paternity denial, of course. Was baby Amir his love child, or just a complication in his tangled web of relationships? Because he claimed mommy had been messing around with someone else on the side.
You decided to be honest.
Yes, ma'am.
But he said it's not my child.
No, he said congratulations, and then I said congratulations, like as if asking a question.
Oh.
And he said that, are you for sure, that it was just me and him? And I told him yes, and then
No.
he said we would go from there.
The drama took an intensified turn next as we dive into the timeline of conception chaos. Now baby mama claimed exclusive time with Mr. Johnson. But did he fall for that? Nope. He got busy throwing shade about tequila-fueled nights. Something was going on here.
Yes,
Where the
Your Honor.
probability of paternity was determined to be
0.00%.
0.00%.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. And around the time when I found out I was pregnant December 27th. When I went to my follow-up appointment, they put my date of conception as around between December 2nd and December 5th. I was only seeing Mr. Johnson at that time, every single day.
Baby Amir was left in the middle of a potential family feud because it seemed baby daddy tried to reach out, only to be shocked when Ms. Walters shed light on a Facebook scandal. Oh, the DNA drama here just keeps getting interesting with every passing minute.
Like she said, we live in 2 different states. So I reached out and talked
But that was
to her.
after I made a long Facebook status about him not reaching out to her. If he felt
cut
like
that
that
out.
my daughter was not his, why do you feel the need to reach out? Why do you feel the need to text me and say, oh, how's the princess? Or how y'all doing video chat and all that, if you know that this is not your kid?
Brace yourselves, people, because the suspense is about to unfold. Is Mr. Johnson the father, or is there a third guy in the mix? Well, we will find out from the DNA queen herself in 3, 2, 1.
Mr. Johnson, you are not the father. Ms. Walters, Mr. Johnson is not Amir's biological father, so clearly there is a third guy.
The dude that looks just like her.
What to do when a blast from the past comes back to haunt you? Well, Mr. Williams seemed to be in one such predicament. Strap in, folks, as we navigate this maze of promiscuity, missed connections, and a sudden claim of fatherhood 20 years later.
Mr. Williams, you say you knew Miss Smith 24 years ago when she was a promiscuous party girl. You are furious that after a chance meeting 20 years later, she is now claiming you fathered her adult daughter, Alexis. Miss Smith, you say there's no doubt Mr. Williams is the father of your daughter, and you told him as much 24 years ago when he chose to ignore you.
Let's throw back to a time when Miss Smith, our leading lady, was known as Gin and Juice. Yep, a rather promiscuous party girl with a knack for keeping secrets. On the other hand, baby daddy insisted they were never more than just party buddies. Ouch!
Possible you are the father of Miss Smith's daughter.
Your Honor, it is highly impossible that I'm the father of Miss Smith's daughter for the simple fact that she was a party girl back in the day. Miss Smith was very promiscuous, but at that time, we were just partying, we were having fun, enjoying life. You know, we were young.
How are you enjoying yourself?
We was never in a relationship or anything. We would just hook up after a few drinks and stuff, you know, we'd probably go back to my place or...
Enter the soap opera of doubts and reservations. Mr. Williams denies paternity, citing their casual flings. Ms. Smith claims she dropped hints 24 years ago, but Mr. Williams conveniently forgot. The betrayal vibes are strong, and someone's truth is about to get exposed.
No, we did not.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Your Honor, no, we didn't.
This girl lies a lot. This young lady lies a lot.
He did not use protection. He knew I was in another relationship.
I never
And
knew
I
it was
did
another
come to
relationship.
him and told him it's a possibility that Lexus could be his. I did tell him.
No, you didn't.
And then a couple of years later, I didn't see him no more.
Moving on, the plaintiff went on and on about practicing safe, fun times with the mysterious Gin and Juice. But surprise, because the pregnancy news hit him like a ton of bricks. The reaction, denial, disbelief, and a dash of, I'm not ready for this panic.
Back in the day, you were never informed that she was
I
pregnant.
was never told about she was pregnant. She never told me anything. Until, like I say, friends of mine came and told me that they say, you know, somebody named Gin and Juice? I'm saying Gin and Juice?
Gin and Juice?
Yeah, who in the hell is Gin and Juice? So the guy say, Virginia. I said, Virginia? I said, yeah, I know a girl named Virginia, you know who they had dealing with back in the day. Well, they said, my son, well, she said she got a baby from you. I said, well, Virginia lying. I don't have no child from Virginia.
Well, the conception timeline was as murky as it could get, and their conflicting stories about protection and missed connections were not helping the situation either. To top it off, a mysterious bus ride 3 years ago left matters even more complicated. Well, weren't these guys pro at DNA dramatics?
Now, I still didn't know no name or nothing. And so she gave my number and said, call me. So, okay, I called her.
Miss Smith, did you run into him on the bus?
I met him on the bus and he asked me how my daughter doing. I said, she's doing fine. When Lexus got back here and I allowed him to move back, he came to my house to see Alexis a couple of times to my house.
One time.
As the emotions ran high, the truth was slipping through the cracks. Ms. Alexis took the stage next and shared how she had no interaction with the supposed father. So whom did she call her daddy? Well, it was her grandfather who stepped up to that role, but fate had plans for her to meet the defendant.
Besides the day that they seen each other on the bus.
Until then, you had never known Mr. Williams was your biological father?
I only heard his name one time.
In your life?
Yes, ma'am.
Who did you think your father was?
I called my granddaddy and my uncle daddy.
So how did you feel when you finally heard you were gonna meet your biological father?
Happy.
It appears both parents wanted to get to the bottom of this. But how would that be possible when mommy claimed the defendant was the real deal, only for her to confess later that there could be another possibility? Poor Alexis was caught in the crossfire of their drama.
Must be that one.
When did you tell her this?
I told Lexus that she was young. I talked to her, then I just let her went by. Because at the end of the day, I took care of them anyway. I got 4 kids. I took care of all 4 of them.
4 kids.
I'm not pending on no man, him.
No, the daddy.
No, sir.
See, there you go lying again.
I'm not lying.
No.
I figured that it was
No.
Mr. Williams on. Yes, I did.
Figured and knew.
Figure if it's
No.
Mr. Williams or somebody else.
Next up, Ms. Derica came to the court. Now she was the biological daughter of the plaintiff, but she was supporting Ms. Alexis. Yep, she fully believed her to be her real sister. Sadly, the way Mr. Williams interacted with his daughter just made this all the harder for Alexis.
What you feel as it relates to the paternity of Alexis. Do you believe Alexis is your biological sister, that you share a father?
No.
I do.
Look at the 2 of them. Look at the 2 of them. They don't even look alike.
So I do believe that Alexis is my sister. We look just alike. We act alike. We have
Ain't
the
back that
same
crazy.
personalities. Like, just she was all sad and stuff. Just look at us. It's just the connection that we have. Is
Time to settle the dust on this mystery that had gone on for about 2 decades, and so the tension was about to peak even more as the judge went for the envelope that held all the answers. Will Ms. Alexis finally get closure, or will her journey continue? Let's see.
Mr. Williams,
Yes, ma'am.
you are not the father.
There you go. I rest my case, Your Honor. Look out.
You are not the father.
Can I give her a hug?
If she will allow you.
Look out. I'm sorry, but hey, it's out of my hands now. Only God can help.
We have got Mr. Haynes here, taking Ms. Manning to court to prove he was the father of little Zoe. If only she believed that to be the truth. Buckle up, because a wild ride of he said, she said fiasco was about to uncover some shocking baby daddy drama.
Mr. Haynes, you have brought Ms. Manning to court today to prove that you are the father of her 4-year-old daughter, Zoe. You say Ms. Manning initially told you that you were Zoe's dad, but now is claiming you are not her father. Is that correct?
Yes, Honor.
Ms. Manning, you say that Mr. Haynes is not Zoe's dad and believe the DNA will prove that today.
It appears this love story began over a tattoo. Talk about a romantic meet cute, am I right? But wait, the plot thickens as they break up and she moves on to her ex. Well, that gotta make things complicated. Seriously, who needs a soap opera script when you've got these guys?
So first let me understand, what was the nature of your relationship?
We first met when I was getting a tattoo, and it was at her residence, and we only dated for a short period of time until she ended the relationship. So I ended up moving on and got with my ex now, my son's mom.
Was it a committed relationship when you dated, or were you dating other people?
It was a committed relationship.
Buckle up now, because baby mama was about to drop a bomb. After all those fun times these guys shared, she doubted baby Zoe was Mr. Haynes' spawn. Why, you ask? Well, due to their post-breakup conception timeline, that's why.
And you had the baby all the way till she was 9 months old?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you informed Mr. Haynes that he was a possibility? Mm-hmm. What made you send the photo?
He asked for a photo of her.
And I did not ask for a photo. I didn't even
When
know
I
about
told
it.
him that I was pregnant, he asked for a picture of Zoe, so I sent him a picture of her.
And how did you even know she existed if you've never been told?
So the relationship turned sour, I bet. And guess what? Ms. Manning dropped this pregnancy bomb on the plaintiff after they called it quits. Classic move, right? And so the potential baby daddy was left reeling, to say the least. All he could feel was confusion and despair.
How did this happen?
I reached out to him.
And what did you say?
I had a baby, and it's a possibility she's yours.
Okay. And so he said, send me a picture. Mm-hmm. And that's what you sent. And once he acknowledged that, yes, I believe this is my daughter, what did you say?
I've never told him he was the father, and I've never told him he wasn't the father. It's always been, there's a possibility. And the fact that he's waited 4 years to take a paternity test is what irritates me.
Next up, we head straight into the maze of messages and Facebook statuses. Apparently, the DNA drama wasn't shocking enough for these guys yet. So, Mr. Haynes was left in the dark, swinging between I am the father and I'm not the father, and no bond was established between him and the baby. But hold on, man had a whole timeline to back him up.
March of 2014 is when I received the photo of Zoe, but like I told you guys just previous that I thought it was my son. Then I found out it wasn't.
And you felt like she sent you the picture because she was your child?
Yes. Around May, I should say, of 2014 was when I first got the Facebook message saying that I was not the father.
Moving on, it seems that baby Zoe's certificate had a father's name, but he wasn't the real one, and the testimony of the plaintiff's girlfriend further complicated the matters. Mommy had been on a roll with accepting and denying Mr. Haynes as the father, and that made the girlfriend furious.
He's her biological father.
When I gave birth to her, he signed a paper that said...
I want to hear from your witness, Mr. Haynes. Please step up to the podium, ma'am. Talk to me about this particular paternity situation.
First off,
what
Your Honor,
testimony do you have?
we've been together for 2.5 years. She has repeatedly sent him messages saying that he is the father and isn't the father. She's dragging him through hell, pretty much.
Time to spill the beans on who the father was. Will Mr. Haynes end up doing a victory dance, or will Ms. Manning need a moment of reflection? It all depends on the outcome that was the result. Here it goes.
Mr. Haynes, you are not the father.
That's all I needed to know. Sucks that Zoe don't know her real dad. Maybe she should just get the other guy tested that's on the birth certificate.
Ms. Manning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you positive that the man on the birth certificate is her biological father?
A young woman was here insisting her deceased lover was the father. But hold on to your gavels just yet, because the parrot duo was here to prove otherwise, and they were not accepting any of it till the results proved them wrong. Let's get on with it then.
By your mother, and you both claim that you were a virgin when you met the defendant's late son, David Hairston Jr. However, you have opened a case today to prove to his family that he fathered your 16-month-old daughter, Joya. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Perrette, you are here with your daughter, and you both claim that you never heard about your son's relationship with the plaintiff.
So, Ms. Delaney claimed to be inexperienced when she came across the charming older man named Mr. Hairston Jr., a hotel room with a payment dispute later, and boom! These guys were in cahoots with each other. Man, I'm with the judge on this one. Who pays to have their cherry popped, huh?
So take me to this day where you lost your virginity to a man who's older than your mother.
We went to a hotel, and then I didn't want to pay for it. He didn't want to pay for it. So we went to...
That's the truth.
Wait. On what day do you lose your virginity and have to pay for the hotel room? What is going on here? So you got to the hotel, he thought you was gonna pay.
It appears that day was not the conception day. Nope. And according to the baby mama, they had a relationship that continued for 4 months or so. Meanwhile, Ms. Parrott had no clue that the beloved son had this going on the side. Though what she did know, she shared with the court.
I'm like, oh, you went all out, huh? How was it?
I wish you would have told her you were gonna go to this hotel with this old man before you were gonna go so she could tell you don't go. But was this the night you believe you conceived?
No.
No. Okay, so when do you believe you conceived? How long were you all in this boyfriend and girlfriend sexual relationship?
About 4 months in.
Fast forward to the pregnancy day. Baby mama got to know about the pregnancy, not by herself, but by her best friend, and then by her mother. Now mama dear smelled something fishy, and it was so not the pink salmon. Please tell me I'm not the only one thinking that was a fast yet very weird detection method.
I missed my menstrual cycle, but the only reason I knew is because my menstrual comes on the day before my best friend, and she came and asked me for feminine products, and I asked her why you need that, and she said because my period is on, and I said, well, mine's not on. She said, well, because you pregnant.
In Your Honor, I said something's going on because I just had pink salmon and I love it, but it made me sick to my stomach.
So according to baby mama, Mr. Hairston did believe he was the father, and yet he was only involved in their life. 50-50, interesting. Furthermore, Ms. Parrott claimed that the plaintiff's mother did not even know her boy, which guess what? Turned out to be true, because her daughter was scared mama would not approve.
He wouldn't go to doctor's appointments.
Was he there when Joya was born at the hospital?
I don't think so. He wouldn't even sign the birth certificate, Your Honor.
That's
because
why
he
we
did not know. His child. He said it was his child.
He never told us. He might have
That
told
was his
y'all
child.
whatever he had to
has
say to
told me.
pacify. Oh, I mean, sorry, you, because the mother claimed she didn't know him.
Now, the sudden passing of the baby daddy was tragic, even more so with the fact that he may have left a baby behind. Baby mama was so taken aback by this news that a shocking thought came to her mind. She believed baby daddy wanted to evade child support, so he played the being passed away game. Yep, this DNA game got crazier.
My daughter, Your Honor, to go ahead and put him on child support because mother to mother, I mean, your mother, I mean, how'd you raise your son? I didn't raise my daughter like this. This was just, I guess,
Like what? Hold on now. Like what?
Like,
Because your
you know,
daughter
to treat
was supposed to be a
women the
virgin
way
and was
he was
got-
treating women.
No,
Apparently, it was more than
no,
just my
ma'am.
daughter. That's
No,
why he was
ma'am.
hiding.
If
It
you
wasn't
was
just
rich,
a
it was
baby.
One at a time, one at a time.
According to the Parrott family, all they wanted was to get to the bottom of this whole paternity mess. It was certainly a lot to take, and baby Joyan was in the middle of it all. However, the family kept referring to Joya as the baby, and that Urkid baby mama quite a bit.
Like, why does she have to keep calling the baby? Her name is Joya.
Okay. Well, I Joya. just really, we don't know. We
No,
just-
you
we
know
don't
her
have
name.
relationship.
You know her name. We text, we talk. You know her name is Joya. Stop responding to my child as the baby.
She still, one thing about it is
she has a name. I've sent you pictures of her. You have all these things. So don't respond to her or refer to her as the baby.
Well, on that note, the gavel was ready to be dropped on the final verdict. Truly, a lot was on the line here. Time to see whether baby Joya truly belonged to the Parrott family, or if is there another twist in her story.
0.00%. You are not related.
that
is
not
not
no way.
That's
I don't
not
believe
true.
that. I don't believe that.
I disagree.
That's okay, Mom.
I disagree.
It's okay. That's what we came here for.
We have Washington versus Steinhardt here, a sordid tale of a two-night stand that spiraled into baby daddy drama and more. Buckle up, folks, for some high-stakes paternity pandemonium as an engaged couple faces off against baby mama.
Defendant Ms. Steinhardt was a two-night stand that went too far. And as a result, she's claiming you fathered her 3-month-old daughter, Amaya, your fiance. Ms. Comer says your relationship is in turmoil because of Ms. Steinhardt. You're both desperate to prove you are not the father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
In the world of he said, she said, the plaintiff was claiming the baby mama was trying to make him a baby daddy against his will. Meanwhile, she insisted they were in a relationship, and he was just playing hard to get. Yep, a lot of speculation going around here.
You say you have no doubt that Mr. Washington is the father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Washington, why do you think Ms. Steinhardt is trying to pin a child on you?
Because we had a little thing going on a couple months ago because me and my fiance got into a little argument.
Well, the real reason is because she just wants my family. She wants
Nobody
to be
wants
me.
her.
Enter the pregnancy bombshell. Now Mr. Washington's fiance, aka Miss Comer, had a serious bone to pick with the defendant. Their relationship was in turmoil, courtesy of Ms. Steinhardt and her news of pregnancy. And the man in question, just silent.
He asked me if I was seeing anyone. I said no. I asked him the same question also. I said, are you seeing anyone? He said no.
No, that's
I
a lie,
said,
Your Honor.
Then we took it from there. We was together like that whole week. And
when you say together, that means having sex?
No, like we was just like hanging out.
Okay.
He took me to his family member's house, introduced me to his family.
Let's get it straight, the basement of his family's house.
Moving on, the baby daddy came clean on how this romantic escapade began. Turns out, it all began with a little disagreement with the fiancé, a friend's basement rendezvous, and voila! A complicated love triangle was born. The plot thickens as we learn the details of their not-so-exclusive hangouts.
I have
wasn't
way
in a
more than
relationship,
that.
though.
And another picture that looks like you all booed up.
Oh, put up.
So if your boyfriend was cheating, why would he be taking a whole bunch of pictures?
That's why he takes a lot of pictures. I see a lot of pictures out
He
there.
posted it on his page.
No, you posted it on your page, sweetheart.
Well, the plot thickens as we learn the nitty-gritty of their not-so-exclusive hangouts. Pregnant and determined, baby mama narrated the chaotic timeline amidst all arguments, accusations, and undeniable chemistry.
Mr. Washington, do you admit you were sexually active with Miss Steinhardt?
Yes, Your Honor.
An 8-month sexual relationship.
No, not 8 months.
How many
Yes,
months?
it was. You're
It
lying.
wasn't 8 months.
How many months?
Probably like 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
So 2 or 3
8
months.
months.
Were you using
Wasn't a
protection?
Yes, 2 times.
2 times you used protection,
Yes.
and the rest of the times you didn't.
It wasn't no other time after that.
Did you think accusations were done and over with? Heck no, because Ms. Comer had one more ready to go. It seems baby mama had been more than comfortable with a guy whom she claimed was a family member, but the fiancé was sure he was the boyfriend.
Baby, point blank, period. Like you
Another
did.
man carry
Yes, another man after she gave birth, she had the guy all up in her baby's face.
That was
The
a
guy
family
kissing-
member.
No, you said that was your boyfriend. Let's get it right, shorty. Y'all confirmed
That
it.
was
Y'all
a
said that was
family
your
member
boyfriend.
that-
She said that was my boyfriend since 2012 or 13. There you go right there.
The drama with these guys was a lot to take, and there was more coming up, because Ms. Steinhardt claimed the baby daddy had reservations about the kids he had with his fiancée, too. He denied. Obviously, no surprise there, and that led to a certain picture of him and the baby in question.
Girlfriend is pregnant. How does that feel?
I didn't know she was pregnant to the end because a few times I asked him, I was like, why are you always with me and never going to see your children? He's like, oh, honestly, she's pregnant with a baby girl and I don't know if she's mine. Every child she has had by him, he asked her for a DNA test from
did
what
not.
I know.
All right.
Never
From what
Never
I
asked her
know.
for a
me for
DNA.
a
So wait,
DNA
no,
test, 'cause
so-
best to believe I will be bringing him right here.
Now, why would Mr. Washington deny that beautiful baby girl and then turn around and rock her to sleep the very next minute? Moreover, what was he doing at the baby mama's place in the first place? Oh, you won't believe the stuff these guys say next. Baby daddy and mama both.
What happened, Mr. Washington?
We was chilling. I had a couple drinks. I fell asleep, and then
Wait, you were chilling over at her family member's house? Why?
Because I got in an argument with my girlfriend.
So as soon as you got in an argument and had to get out the house, you went over to Miss Steinhardt's?
Yes.
To see Miss Steinhardt and your baby?
That's not my baby. I went to see how she had the baby was, and that's the first time I ever seen the baby.
You was holding her. You rocked her to
No,
sleep.
I did not.
Bless the judge for hearing all that and keeping a straight face too. That's her, the boss. Oh, she knew what was going on exactly with these three, so she went straight for the results next. Drum roll, please.
Mr. Washington, you are not the father.
Thank you. Now have a great day with your life and your baby. She's beautiful, by the way.
He's not the father. Find out. I order you to return to this courtroom so that we can help you identify who her father is. And Mr. Washington, I will say this to you. So you know you were playing both sides of the fence, and you gotta stop doing that.